Good afternoon, my brothers and friends. I remain Edward Wash from the Tutor in Edwards Academy. This afternoon, I will bring to you an interesting topic or estimation procedure in econometrics, which has to do with the fully modified ordinary least square estimation. The fully modified OLS was actually put in place or credited to the work of Philip and Hansen in 1990. Philip and Hansen introduced this approach as a method of dealing with co-integration among time series data. But one thing should be noted this afternoon, that the fully modified OLS approach is actually a non-parametric approach, while the previous dynamic OLS I presented previously is a parametric approach. So both the fully modified OLS and the dynamic OLS are actually approach that will be estimated if your variables became stationary after first differencing, or in a situation where the Johansen trace and mass against statistics establishes the presence of complete co-integrating relationships. At that level, you can actually apply the dynamic OLS and the fully modified OLS. So the fully modified OLS actually also helps to resolve the problem, or seeks to correct problem relating to asymptotic biases, like I said previously. And this afternoon, I'll be introducing to you how to estimate this simple non-parametric study using the eViews 10. So recall in my previous video, we actually adopted a study approach where we looked at stock market variables and economic growth in Nigeria for the period 1981 to 2021. We assume, without checking, that the series we are working with became stationary after first differencing, and that there is a complete co-integrating relationship amongst them. So in that note, we will now proceed to we go to estimate equation. We move on to estimate our dynamic equation like what we have done previously. We come to the method of study. We change the method of study to co-integration. Then within this area, you leave it at fully modified OLS. You come to the option box. You move to fixed. Then you go to the kernel option. The kernel option, you can decide to leave it as Bartlett. You can also decide to choose any of these options if you are more proficient in it. The bandwidth method is what we have been using previously. We decide to leave it as New West fixed, and we now select the truncate to integer, and we move out, click OK. Without changing any other thing, estimate using difference data. I can also decide to leave it the way it is. I'm not differencing the data, already they are logged. We leave it at constant at level. The sample size remains 81 to 2021 without changing any other thing. If I hit the OK button, I'll be exposed to an output that is similar to the dynamic OLS results. So this is my fully modified OLS result, estimated this day, the 19th day of August. Dependent variable is log of our GDP. The method is fully modified least square, FMOLS. The long run covariance estimates is still what we have just seen in our previous dynamic OLS model. We actually have the arrow square. We have the arrow square adjusted. It's lower than the arrow square as usual. We have the long run variance. We have the coefficients of the parameter also estimated. We have their standard error. We have the t-statistics. We have the p-values. The interpretation of this result is in line with the ceteris paribus interpretation. This is the log of number of transactions in the stock market. a percentage increase in this particular variable is not significant to cause a percentage increase in economic growth because the p-value is less than 5%. In market capitalization, a percentage increase in market capitalization can trigger 32% increase on economic growth, all things being equal, because the p-value is less than 5%. Like what we had in previous estimation, the value of transaction is having a negative impact on economic growth, which implies that a percentage increase in value of transaction will reduce economic growth by 27% approximately, because the p-value is significant. The constant is also robust, the autonomous component significant, so interpretation will be done in line with the appropriate ceteris paribus approach. Readers, scholars should present their work in a manner that will be readable, extract your results, present them in a paper, and make them to be very, very interesting to understand. Interpretation is not that difficult. I have done it. If you are too interested in having this interpreted, revert back to my previous videos on OLS and interpretations for more information relating to how to actually interpret a regression result. Thank you for staying tuned to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, and God bless you.